The tea is exceptionally good today. Who made this? Very delicious. Hold on.
Hey, my cosmic cousins, it's your girl Nova Charm, and welcome to some high tea wisdom, where every Thursday I drop them gems. You know Thursday is Jupiter Day, and if you don't know, now you know. With that being said, cosmic cousins, you already know what to do. Hit that like if you haven't already, subscribed to your girl, and hit that notification bell just in case, because you really don't want to miss any of this tea that I want to sip with you. Now, I'm definitely going to get straight into it, y'all. Do not let these people siphon your energy. All of this that is going on right now is meant to gear your energy into the lowest frequency that it could possibly be in. You know, I tell you all about the transits that's going on as far as the energy in the sky, and I'm going to give you that natal chart tea. With that being said, there are frequency levels to all energy. It's almost like an energy tier, if you will. And there's some entities that live among us that need us to be at the lowest frequency possible in order for them to thrive within this environment. We can't keep giving it to them. The things that are happening now is meant to push your energy into mindless frustration and anger. It's meant to get you all discombobulated. That way you're not focused on the bigger picture. They want us to emit out an anger frequency. They want us to emit out a sadness. They want us to emit out a depression. They want us to emit out fear. We cannot do that. We are not carrying this shit into another cycle. And that is exactly what the plan is, to try and get us to carry this energy into another cycle. Now, does everything that's happening with ICE and everything like that that's been happening around the world, especially with our government in particular here in the US, does this surprise me? Hell no. It does not at all. In fact, the universe actually calls for it. Pluto represents our power, and that power has just been handed to the people. And if you think that that's just going to happen without somewhat of a pushback or some type of fight, then come on now. But this fight is not physical. This is a mental battle. This is a spiritual battle. This is going to take way more than anger and violence to be able to overthrow. It's going to take action as far as organization. It's going to take us being more self-sufficient, being able to rely on one another within our own community. We have to take our energy back. That is the biggest thing. As long as the focus is sorrow and despair, those negative entities is going to keep playing their part. The closer we get towards the end of January, the more that Pluto and Aquarius energy begins to light up. Pluto in Aquarius is all about revolution and changing over that power into the people's hand and rebelling against the systems that be. January being the first calendar month, as well as the ending year and the beginning year revolving around Saturn, which happens to be completing the 12 cycle zodiac wheel. So Saturn is rolling right back around to that first house in Aries, starting a new cycle. And the energy that we put out is the energy that we are emitting into that cycle. Not to mention Neptune, which literally takes 165 years to get around the sun. One cycle around the sun has finally made its full cycle around the sun and will also be going into Aries in 2026, next month. All I'm saying is, cosmic cousins, I need y'all to be very conscious of your energy and how you are utilizing your energy. Y'all know I like to get my jokes in, but on the serious side, you really have to learn how to use your energy and not let your energy use you. And stop inviting certain energies into your auric field that are going to cause you more harm than good. While all this Capricorn energy is going on, this is a time for a blueprint. This is a time for building a structure and coming up with a plan. That's what Capricorn energy is all about. So please don't let what's going on around you throw you off from that. And they work at it too. Now, I'm not saying ignore what's going on. You got to completely take note of what's going on outside. That way you can understand or understand exactly where we're at and what you need to be doing. Because to be real, this is a time to be building a structure, a foundation, a plan for you and your family. Unfortunately, you can yell shame, shame, shame all day, all night to these people, and they're not going to give a damn. They don't care. A lot of these beings don't even have a soul. Everybody here got a spirit, but not every spirit I consider to be a good spirit. But a soul is a true connection, and etheric connection at that. And that is what gives us our empathy. That is what makes us feel for one another. That is what makes us look at that situation and say, that wasn't right. So to try and make somebody or make something feel something that they don't have the capability of doing is a complete waste of energy on your part and mine. Therefore, my cosmic cousins, I advise you not even wasting your time with certain things like that. Instead, your time would be better used coming up with a plan, a strategy to be less dependent on anything that has to do with our government, or anything that has to do with any of these major corporations, and figuring out ways that we can build for ourselves, for our communities, looking out for one another, and especially when it comes to using our discernment when we're dealing with people out in the wild. Because at this point, that's what being out in public and being out and about feels like. It feels like being out in the wild. So, yeah, just making sure you have your discernment on point. Please limit how much negative information that you take in daily, and just try to make sure that you take in as much positive content as possible. I know we love to see the drama. We love to see the arguments and fights when it comes to the housewives shows or baddies and different things like that. But just make sure that you are also taking in positive content. Make sure you gather something weekly, at least once a week, that's going to expand your mind. That was the point of me even starting this high tea wisdom, because I want to expand my Jupiter. And I'm hoping that in turn it'll expand yours as well. All I'm saying is keep your eye on the prize. Don't let what's going on outside throw you off, because trust me, it's going to get deeper and it's going to get realer, okay? The closer we get to Aries season, the more we're going to see people start getting more and more short-tempered. The war energy is going to be a lot thicker. And we'll see spontaneous events kind of pop up here and there. But this is not a time for fear. We don't do fear. We're utilizing this Aries energy for courage. We're going to use that fight energy to stand up for ourselves and the people that we love and care about, as well as those out in our community. We're going to be standing together with one another hand in hand. Now, the secret tea is we already won. Trust me when I say things happen in spirit before it happens in real time in the physical as far as we see it. You know how long it take us to get the messages from the sun? Yeah, oh, okay. So just know it's already done. I just need all my cosmic cousins to make sure that you just keep your head in the game. Stay focused and use this energy, and don't let it use you, and don't let anybody else use your energy either, okay? And with that being said, cosmic cousins, I'm out.